Hey everyone, this is Sheryl with Clientele and MDR, and I have somebody amazing sitting right next to me. You actually saw him a few weeks back when he gave you his wonderful, inspirational, and encouraging story, and now he's got another one. So this is going to be a great teaching moment for everybody. So I would like to reintroduce you to Ben Starling III of Southern Philanthropy.
Thank you. It's great to be back with you and Clientele.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, you've had a life change, and we're doing some little teaching moments for everybody because I know that everybody loves this. We've already shared boxing. We've already shared how to look like and feel like a model. And now you're going to be telling us about health. So, Ben, can you take it away and tell us about this journey?
Well, it's been interesting. About 2 years ago, I was diagnosed as type 2 diabetic. And from that, in the beginning, it was not really difficult for me to keep tabs on my sugar. I could still eat basically whatever I wanted. And it again really did not present a problem. But as time has gone on, it has become more evident that I needed to take that seriously. And what I discovered about 2 months ago, I have a friend who's really into fitness and always eats healthy, and he had been eating keto for quite some time. And we would go out to dinner, and he'd eat a juicy steak and a Caesar salad. And he'd tell me, he said, "Oh, well, this is on my diet. And I'm thinking, gosh, that's a diet I want to be on because that's things that I love to eat." And Sheryl, I came to a point, my sugar, it was right after the holidays, and I just was having a very difficult time getting my sugar numbers down. And each morning when I would test it, it would just be higher and higher to the point of the doctor told me, he said, you're at the level where you need to go on insulin, and you need to go on insulin now. And I knew that I did not want to start injecting because very few people come off of insulin once you start. And I felt that I was too young to start down that path. So one day when I woke up in February, I had eaten too much sugar the day before. I felt horrible. I rolled out of bed and I said, "No more. No more. I've got to do something, or else I'm going to die, and I'm going to be just a severe diabetic." And again, I'm too young to start down that path. So immediately, I just started reading everything I could about keto. And my friend, I'd call and ask him 100 questions about it, and I started eating that way. And for me, being able to eat meat and leafy green vegetables and to have things that had some fat in it, immediately I noticed the first 2 days, I think of that experience for me are somewhat the hardest because you're coming off of the sugar and the carbs, and your body's still craving those things. Once I got past the 2 days, food cravings ceased. In the mornings when I would get up and my feet would ache, that stopped. And I mean, that was all directly related to sugar consumption. So I started eating a keto friendly diet. In the beginning, I ate probably a little more than I should have, but I was just focused on factoring out the carbs and the sugar. And so I just ate whatever I wanted as long as it was keto. And from that point on, then I worked on the caloric aspect of it. And what I began to notice was immediately that my sugar, my vision from the sugar, all of a sudden cleared up. The aching in my feet in the mornings from the sugar, the inflammation, cleared up. Stomach issues that I had always battled cleared up. After about 2 weeks, the most ironic thing happened. I'd always been lactose intolerant. All of a sudden, I was no longer lactose intolerant. I could not figure that one out. But all of a sudden, I could have heavy cream. I could have cheese.
God.
I could have mayonnaise with no side effects. It was nothing short of miraculous, I can tell you, because if I had eaten those things before, they had some pretty serious side effects. So I
That
was.
is, and I'm sorry to interrupt. My apologies. Did you want to say something else?
No, it was just amazing. I don't know what clicked or what happened from eating that way that caused it to reverse. I have no idea, but I know that it did, and it's been amazing to all of a sudden to be able to eat cheese again. I hadn't been able to do that since I was a little kid, so it's been kind of fun.
Absolutely. It's like a whole different lifestyle. And I know definitely some people that have been on it that absolutely, again, don't crave sugar anymore. And sugar, as you know, because you just talked about that, we had Dr. Lori Shemek on, who is an award-winning author on inflammation and
Yeah,
sugar.
yeah,
And this is exactly what she says, all those pains and aches and definitely vision issues, because especially if you're pre-diabetic or you're diabetic,
yeah.
there's always those vision issues with sugar as well. And then it breaks down all the collagen and elastin in your skin, makes us age faster. So as wonderful as it tastes, I know it definitely causes a myriad of issues. Can you
Yeah.
tell us, Ben, can you give us like a little hint as to what you do eat? So what you eliminate out and what you do eat.
What I like to say is, if God didn't create it or grow it, then I really don't eat it.
Okay.
So if it is white, I don't eat it, and generally if it's processed, now I will eat cream cheese, something like pimento cheese, but I don't eat things with refined flour. I don't eat potatoes. What I have found is that if I can eat meat and leafy green vegetables, I'm set. And it's been absolutely wonderful and very easy to follow. Very easy. I eat out a lot due to my work, and I kept thinking, well, this might be hard to do. And it's one of the easiest things because I can go out to dinner, get a piece of meat, get a Caesar salad, and if I go to I find barbecue restaurants are really good because you can always get a salad, you can always get coleslaw, and you can eat a slab of ribs. Now, granted, that might be a little higher in calories than what you want, but the fact is, you can get brisket, you can get smoked chicken, as long as it's not slathered with a real sugary sweet barbecue sauce,
Yes.
you're fine. And it's wonderful. One of my favorite things is to eat boneless, skinless chicken thighs that have been roasted, and do that with broccoli and cabbage and mushrooms that are stuffed with pimento cheese and baked. I love that, and there is something about the fat that you intake from something like the pimento cheese or from heavy whipping cream that satisfies your body, or if it's, say, a beef short rib that has extra fat in it, or a ribeye steak, it satisfies your body to the point of you eat less and you don't crave anything. And if somebody had told me that my food cravings would cease, I would tell you they were absolutely crazy, that there is no way you can
Oh,
stop
no.
that. But I tell you, when you do away with the sugar and the refined carbohydrates, it stops.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
so I went, so it's 2 months on this with no cheating. A friend of mine made me what was it, like a blueberry cobbler. And she was so proud of it, and she brought it to me, and I didn't want to hurt her feelings. So I thought I have to taste it. So I took a regular spoon and just put it in there, and it wasn't a heaping. Wasn't what I would have once considered just a regular serving of it. I just put enough on there to tip the end of the spoon, and I tasted it so that I could say that I tried it, and I shared it with a neighbor. But that being said, that was the only thing where I would consider that I cheated for 2 months. And so at the end of the 2 months, I kind of hit a plateau, and I thought, well, I kind of need to shock my system and have a cheat day and eat sugar and that sort of thing.
Well, I completely understand, first of all, that you want to
Yeah.
be sensitive to somebody that's made you something and
Yeah.
so forth. And sometimes it's hard to say, oh, by the way, I can't when they put all the work into it. But
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
that's because
Well,
everybody, he's so kind and loving and generous and wonderful. So, but I understand because I have also cut a lot of sugar out. Now, not all of it. I've got to be very honest with everybody, not all of it, but I've cut a lot of sugar out and, was able to take off some pounds, and so forth, and definitely feel a lot better, have better vision. That is for sure. Didn't you take off some pounds from this as well, Ben?
I have. I've lost about 30 pounds, and
Congratulations.
it's been great. And for the first time in my life, I've dropped the weight without it being a struggle, and I dropped the weight without having to exercise either. And that is one thing I need to start doing, is exercising, because I've essentially, at least for me, dropped the water weight, the easiest part of it. Now comes the hardest part. But I will tell you, I have probably never eaten better and healthier than what I've been able to do with keto. And I wanted to share too. So after I hit that 2 month mark, and I decided that I needed the sugar to jolt my system into burning again,
Yeah.
I ate a couple of things, and I tell you, I felt so bad. I didn't hardly sleep that night. I was restless. I can always tell when I've had sugar because I will wake up sweating. And someone told me, I don't know if this is medically true or not, but they said it's your body trying to burn off that sugar, and then you sweat. And anyone who knows that has dealt with diabetes is that your body tries to kick out the sugar, and you get up a number of times in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom as if you've had a gallon of water before you went to bed. And I was constantly up. I think it was up 4 times that night. So I went from sleeping all the way through all of a sudden 4 times that night to get rid of the sugar. And I felt so bad the next day. And I was supposed to go out with friends that night and eat pizza. And we'd planned it because that was when I was going to, splurge. And I told him, I said, I'll go out with you and I'll find something else to eat. But I feel so bad. I can't wait to get back to eating keto, because all of a sudden my feet started hurting again. And I just, it was not worth it. It's not worth it. Plus, it spiked my sugar to the point that it took me 3 days to get my sugar back down. And that bothered me. That bothered me. It wasn't like it was a temporary, high for an evening and that's it, but it threw it out of whack. And so for those 3 days, it threw me out of whack. And I just did not like that feeling.
Not worth it. Not worth it.
Yeah.
And basically what Ben, is definitely saying that I can relate to is, a lot of people go on weight loss plans and they take the 30 pounds off or whatever it is. And they go, oh, reward night. And I'm going to go out and just scarf everything known to man, do my hamburger and my shake and my fries and all of that. Yeah. And then you do feel it's almost like a hangover, I would say, for people.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's
absolutely. Terrible. And not being a drinker, I've not experienced those the side effects of drinking like some people, but I would equate it to that, because that would, you just, it's like you can't get beyond it. I'm very prone to motion sickness, so it's kind of like the day after you've been so horribly seasick and you're trying to get beyond it. That's the way I felt, almost like it was a food coma and a sugar coma.
Well, that's a great description. And I don't drink either, so I don't even know what a hangover is, but I'm just kind of surmising that it could feel just like that. And so everybody, this is such great information to share from Ben. Ben, by the way, is with Southern Philanthropy. That is his company. So I can't say he's with them. Well, you are with them, but that's it's your company. And Southern Philanthropy is in Florida. And what he does for a living is he is a coach, in a sense, to teach people how to learn how to fundraise and do it the right way, how you approach different people and how you do it the right way by key relationships. So this man is running and gunning, and he's very sought after. So that's why you do a lot of restaurants and you've done a lot of plane travel before, and you really have to watch. But this is a huge lesson. So like and share, everybody, because share this with your friends. Everybody that you know that has had struggles with diabetes, any types of illnesses that sugar would affect, which is basically most anything, because it really damages the white cells.
Yeah.
And you don't have a balance of white and red cells to fight anything off. So
I tell you, Sheryl, something that was interesting. Back pre-COVID, when I was traveling, I was in the air every week, and at the kind of the height of my travels, I did 3 cities a week by air, and I would do that for about 40 weeks out of the year. And I was gaining weight, and I couldn't figure out why I was gaining so much weight. And what I quickly realized was that when you fly a lot, they automatically put you in first class, and so as soon as I would get on the plane, they would offer me something to drink, and I would drink this wonderful Minute Maid cran apple juice, and they would give me the snack mix or these little cookies, and I generally had 2 flights to get to my destination, and I would have something to drink and eat before the plane left. During the flight, once I landed, I would go to the Sky Club, get the same thing there, get back on the plane, have it before it left, and then so I averaged out between 1,500 an extra 1,500 and 2,000 calories per day every day I would travel, just in that what appeared to be a juice mix, fresh juices, you would think, and these little snack packs. And I thought, no wonder I'm gaining so much weight. And it was, so I had to stop that. So what I did, I just started drinking water, and then once I became diabetic, it really became an issue where I'd want the water flavored a little bit. So I'd have them put just a splash of that fruit juice on top of water. I think it was more mental than anything. So it just colored it, and I had a faint taste of it, and that was okay. But there were so many, what I would call hidden calories, hidden carbs, that I didn't think I was doing anything wrong, because I was eating normal sized portions when I ate.
Yeah.
It was just everything in between that was the problem. And for me, if I'm doing 3 cities a week by air, that would be at least an extra 6,000 calories a week. So for every week that I was in the air, that's a lot. Especially, that's a lot for someone that has typically struggled with their weight.
I wanted to ask you, how, through all of this and all your changes in this keto journey, how has clientele, and for you, it would be MDR, our sister company, MDR Fitness Lab supplements, helped you?
It's terrific. I take my MDR vitamins every day, in the morning, in the evening, and I start out with my fitness tabs, and they are fantastic. And I have to say, when you do away with sugar, and then you have this effervescent drink in the morning that has a hint of sweet in it, that's almost like dessert. That's my equivalent of a morning glass of orange juice. And everybody knows diabetics should not be drinking orange juice unless they're in trouble.
Definitely. I just want to show everybody what this is. It's the vital factors. And one thing I just want to mention, Ben, I don't know if you know, because I told you so many things already, sometimes it goes in one ear and out the other because there's so much information. This helps your metabolism. Yeah. So this is something that is a definite partner to Ben, because it's helping his metabolic rate. So burn off whatever he needs to burn off, which he's doing naturally anyway, because as you said, whatever God is not creating, you're not eating it. Yeah. If he's created it, you're eating it. But this is helping you as well. And also at the same time, your cardiovascular, your musculoskeletal. So with those little aches and pains that you used to actually have from eating sugar, yeah. Also helping your vision, also helping your stamina so that when you are starting to plane travel again or air travel, you'll be able to accomplish so much more in a little period of time. Are you noticing that this is kind of
Absolutely. It's a morning boost. And, when I take that in the morning, it puts a spring in your step, say for the rest of the day. It really energizes you. So it's a great way to start the day.
So, Ben, I'm really appreciative of the fact that you shared your story. You shared also how Vital Factors and your fitness tabs, AM and PM, have helped you through this journey and continue to help you stay really healthy from MDR, which is our sister company. So I'm so glad that everything combined, your eating habits now, your incredible healthy eating habits, the fact that you love meat, you're able to eat all the meat that you want.
Yeah.
And our products, our MDR products, really have kind of helped you on your journey here. So everybody, like and share Ben's information, because when you do, you're going to help somebody else. And that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to pay it forward. So that's what I know that we both like to do in life. I'm sure you're the same way out there, that you want to share great information. So like and share. And you can reach us at 800-327 over at MDR, 4660, 800-327-4660. If you want to speak to me, get me at extension 5709. Now that's Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, but I'm on Pacific Standard Time and our office is open Eastern Standard Time. Now, Ben, for Southern Philanthropy, if somebody needs to get in touch with you to find out how to get your incredible courses, or they've got something major that they want to talk to you about that you can help them with, how do we do that?
Just go to my website, southernphilanthropy.com. There's a link in there. People can, my contact information is in there. They can also fill out something and tell me what it is that they would like help with, or want to explain it to me, and include any documentation they want me to see prior to the conversation. I return all calls myself. So it would be a pleasure.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, we're going to say goodbye to everybody. So thank you for this great lesson. Replay this, everyone. Play it so that you can get this great information and share it. So thank you so much, Ben. We're so grateful to you for your time today. Thank you so much. You're a busy guy.
Well, it's my pleasure. I love clientele. I'll do anything for you guys.
Thank you so much. And we'll do
my pleasure.
For you. Blessings, everybody.